You're listening to the Keeping It Sober podcast, episode number 8.
And now for that crazy guy doing a podcast from his parents' basement, here's Jaime Valdez.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Keeping It Sober podcast. This is episode number 8. I got a great podcast in store for you guys. It's great to be back in the studio behind the microphone, one of my safe havens. This is my podcast is one of my deals I do to stay sober. And, you all have to replace the using and the drinking with something. And it takes time, but once you start to get to know yourself a little bit better, to sober you, and you realize that some of the things you like and you don't like, the podcast or the blogs or whatever it is, it could be bike riding, jogging, whatever. That's what you do when you feel stressed or when you used to feel like using and drinking. And that's what you do when, what normal people do on Friday nights. Well, they don't podcast all of them, but if you're normal, you do. Anyway, so, this is episode number 8. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Have a great podcast set up for you guys. This is day 1034 of days of sobriety for me. I have a great show agenda. We're going to talk about our social media outlets, sports in sobriety. I'm going to tell you guys how you can sign up for the free newsletter and whatnot. I like using that word, whatnot. First, you can find the show on Twitter. So ways you can get to the website for Keeping It Sober. And you can find us through Twitter at Keeping It Sober. We also have a Facebook page, Keeping It Sober. Our Instagram as well is Keeping It Sober. And our WordPress.com is our Keeping It Sober blog. And you can get through there through the keepingitsober.org homepage. So, and we're also going to go ahead and talk a little bit about setting up your own blog. And just another way we can connect to people in sobriety, people in recovery, and it's another outlet to stay accountable to, and also so we can network and make new friends through sobriety, because that's the whole deal is changing, and a lot of times for us changing means changing our friends, people, places, and things, and that can be a hard thing to do, especially when 20 years of using and drinking with the same group, and the problem was with you, it wasn't with them. They all went home and went to work. However, for some reason I did the 3, 4, 5 day binge. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit off subject. I got a great casino story to tell you guys. So I was in New Orleans, Louisiana this week. Okay. For a broadcast gig that I had for a local university for their football program. And we had planned to go, and this was pre-planned, and I was down with it. We planned to go to Harris Casino and Hotel. Okay, well, we didn't go to the hotel part, but we went to the casino part. I have never been to a casino before in my entire life. And I got to be honest with you, I have a little resentment to people who post on Facebook, mainly my friends and family, things about when they're going to their trips to Las Vegas, because that's one of the things I can't go to. However, because of my sobriety, one thing that I definitely was not ready to go to in the first and second year sobriety. And so it's one thing that I kind of held in my back pocket to where, one day I just, want to go and hopefully go with the right people and, experience that whole Las Vegas, deal. Well, I didn't go to Las Vegas, but I got a chance to go to Harris, and it was absolutely awesome. I mean, the atmosphere right when you walk in is just so freaking unreal. And there's a club in the middle of this casino, and the bass is like vibrating through the walls, and you can just feel it all over. And there's music, and there's people dancing and smiles, and it's just a pretty cool scene, and the architecture there with the high ceilings, and it is just really, really beautiful. So we walked through the casino, walked through, the lobby area. Me and the guys got something to eat. Of course, obviously, I was not drinking. A coworker of mine was not drinking for other reasons. And so, we all sat down, we people watched. And then so the guys go, okay, so, the guys are going to go hit the tables. And I wanted to play the slots, to be honest with you. I wanted to play the slots. So two of the guys, they went to go play blackjack at separate tables. And then me and another guy just kind of walked around together. And I was going to play the slots. I went up to the slot machine to check it out. And there's all these different kind of pulls and credits. And, it just wasn't like, I'm going to put in a nickel and pull the lever. It's just not like that. It's just all these new different, you can double down on this and you can, bet it all and you can, it's too much, to be honest with you. I didn't feel like, doing homework. So, I ended up not playing, which was good. And I'll tell you why, this was good later. But I ended up not playing. So I just walked around. We walked around the crap table. Have no idea what they're doing. Way different atmosphere and rules in a casino opposed to the penitentiary dorm underneath the staircase while one guy's looking out for a guard and you're there shooting dice that you shouldn't even have and betting soups and tuna and stuff like that. Way different atmosphere. Girls a lot prettier too in the casino. So anyway, in the casino, in the crap game area, they have they have so much, you can, bet on whoever's throwing the dice. You can, bet on a specific number. You can bet on, there's so many different things. I couldn't understand it all, but it was really fun watching. I mean, some people were betting, not really big money, but big money to me. I mean, they were changing out, $400 or $500 at a time. And I'm not sure exactly what they were playing. I think they were playing $25 hands or $25 chips. I'm not sure. I really didn't want to ask the guy who was losing that was right next to me and oh, by the way, did you just lose, $25 or $50? I'm confused. I didn't really want to ask him, but, so it was cool. So, I finished watching that. I went behind my buddy. He didn't know I was behind him, but he was playing blackjack and he was playing $20 a hand. And I saw him lose 3 in a row. And the way he lost, well, the whole table lost. It just wasn't him. It was like, the dealer dealt, everybody had like a king and a 10 and everybody was, looked good. And then the dealer flipped over and he got some magical numbers and he exactly got 21. And he did that like 3 times in a row. I'm like, dude, screw this. So anyway, I kept on walking around and me and my buddy walked around. So we both didn't gamble. We both didn't drink. And we run into our other friend. So he comes, and this is just 10, 15 minutes, guys. It's not a long time. He already lost $100. He was playing $20 hand, blackjack as well. So I was like, wow. And so, I took some money to lose, but I'm glad I didn't spend it. And, I was going to tell you why. I also have gambling issues. It's one of the things I did when I was drinking and using. And it's one of the things I did when I wasn't drinking and using, and I started gambling in prison. And when I came out, I'd lose easy $1,000 a weekend of money I didn't have. And then when I'd finally pay that off, because I would always get on a payment plan, I'd lose it again within seconds. And so, gambling is surely a trigger. So I'm really proud that I didn't gamble. Not even the slots. So that was a really big step. So my friend lost his $100. We're walking around. I'm kind of getting tired. And this is only like, I don't know, we've been there 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So, the scene's kind of dying down for me. Anyway, so underneath all the jazz and all the makeup and all the glitter and all the wine glasses and the vibrations of the music and the dark lights and the fog. I don't know if there was fog. I'm kind of making that part up. But underneath all that, then we started to see the people that were playing at the electronic tables by themselves. And we started to see the hands on the forehead and we started seeing the guys and the women walking out by themselves, looking down on their luck. We started to see the addiction of gambling. At least I did. And I asked my buddy, I go, do you think people lost their whole paycheck tonight? And he goes, absolutely. I go, I think you're right too. There's a lot of people in there that didn't look like they were having fun. Looked like they were chasing their dollars. And you see that up front, and you see it sober, because I probably would have missed it if I was drinking anyway. And it's pretty, it's pretty real. It's pretty damn real, I'll tell you that much. So I spent $10. So the only thing I spent $10 is, well, I ate also. I don't know. I forgot how much my shrimp was. But I spent $10 on, we all split a $40 valet. Probably, against signs that were getting old. Nobody wanted to walk. So we're like, let's valet. And signs were getting old. Let's just pitch in. And so we all pitched in $10. Another sign that I'm getting old is when you walk into a bathroom at a club or a casino and you walk out of there brushing off the bathroom attendant, telling yourself, I'm not going to pay to use the restroom. Who is that guy? I never, clubs, strip clubs, whenever I went in there, 10, 15, if I was really drunk, here's $20, high roller, talking to the bathroom attendant, getting cologne that I didn't even need, just stuff like that. You get older, it's like, I'm not paying to use the restroom. You're freaking crazy, buddy. So that's another sign of getting older. You don't want to tip the bathroom attendant anymore, or I'm just cheap. Either way, I'm not doing it. And I don't need to go back to a casino. So the whole point of this is I safely went back. And kind of, I don't want to use the word conquer, but I kind of got that what if, that resentment, that little reservation I had, not about drinking or using, but about going back and checking out what, a casino is all about. And you see the movies and you see the Facebook posts and everything, looks like they're having a great time. And for the most part, they are. However, I could never do that. I can never be that guy in the sports coat with the V-neck, just either just blew $1,000 on one hand or just won $1,000. Either way, with a rocks glass in my hand, with this, waitress, just filling it up, keeping it coming. I could never be that guy. I could never be that guy. Because first of all, I'd lose my money in the first 15 minutes. Second of all, I'd just be drinking. And then right when I start drinking, then I'm going to want to try to go score from somebody I don't even know. And so my whole casino venture would probably last about 35 minutes if I'm lucky of actually being in the casino. Then I'm off to the races. So knowing that I can never be that guy, knowing that I finally went to a casino, I can scratch that off my bucket list. It was great. It was cool. Probably never need to go back unless I'm with my wife and she wants to go, and that's fine with me. But however, don't really need a guy's night out where we, plan a trip to Vegas and probably just don't need to do that. So, that was pretty cool. So, one thing I want to talk about before we get into, our topic, a while back, and it was, let's see, and I'm right here on my keepingitsober.com, blog. Okay. Well, I don't have a date on this, but, a while back, I believe it was during the summer, I set 5 goals for myself in the last 6 months of 2015, and I'm going to read them off and see where I'm at. So the first one was career, and that's I wanted to finish the year strong at a treatment center, make myself an asset to the company, and become a role model for the clients. That's a big check, I think. And the role model, I'm working on that. I'm not a counselor, so there's a line between role model and advice, and I really like to stay behind that line. So, but yeah, I think I've become a company asset on the night shift, someone they can depend on. I've never called in for a whole year, and that's like crazy, right? Because when we drink and use, like 3 days and I'm done, at any job. So that's pretty cool. So that's a big check mark. Financial, pad my bank account, check. No more overdrafting, check. Or sweating the paycheck to paycheck game, check. With 10 cents in my account until payday. Also pay off 1 bill of debt. I haven't done that. I will, in December, I will finish paying off one of my credit cards. But I wanted to do an additional card and pay that off with my extra checks from the university. And probably not going to happen. So, financial 50-50. Marriage, plan 1 mini vacation with the wife. This is very important. Often I lose track